Okay, guys. This has not been a good day. This has not been a good morning. This has not been a good trip. This week I was sick with the flu. And then I had a pretty nice Saturday. And then I thought, hey, I haven't been to a movie this year yet. And I figured, why not go see a movie, right? So I did. I went, I saw Jupiter Ascending. Latest movie from the Wachoskis. And it stars Channing Tatum, Mila Kunis, Sean Bean, Eddie Redmayne. Recent Academy Award winning for actor for Best Actor, Eddie Redmayne. And the plot of this movie is, from what I got from the plot, was that a bunch of aliens are trying to find Mila Kunis' character, Jupiter Jones, and it seems like they've sent out a couple of different races of like bounty hunters or whatever to find her, and her importance is pretty much this little game that these three siblings are playing with each other because they're like very powerful. I'm understanding that correctly. The plot was very, very difficult, and it was very, very bad. This movie was very, very bad, but there are some good things about it. I mean, the special effects were good, the action scenes were mostly fun. You know, Channing Tatum did look like he did a bunch of the action himself. I read a little bit ago here that they did a little more practical effects than they didn't rely so heavily on CGI. There's a ton of CGI in this movie, but it's good CGI. I actually really dug the special effects from this movie. They were very fun to watch. Sets look really good. I mean, the setting looked really good. The costumes on the characters looked all really good. They all seemed like very interesting characters if you look at them, but they're not at all. And I'll get to that in a second here, but I was really looking forward to this movie because it was the Wachowskis. They did The Matrix. I was very, very happy, and I was seeing average scores from the places that I was looking at. Turns out the scores are actually worse, and had I seen those scores before, I probably might have thought twice, but I figured, you know, it's the Wachowskis. This movie, I wanted to see this movie last summer, and I said, bring it on, and I brought it, and it sucked badly. I was actually shocked at how bad this movie is. And where do I start? The acting. I have to start with the acting because I never gave The Matrix a lot of props for the acting, but that was Shakespearean acting. That was Oscar-worthy acting next to this. I mean, Channing Tatum, he's this tough guy. He's like this warrior killer guy, but he's just so moody and broody and uninteresting. Other than the fact that he kicks ass, that's it. Mila Kunis looked unenthusiastic throughout the entire movie. She was supposed to depict like, oh, you know, there's this woman that she doesn't know what she wants in her life, and then all of a sudden she's a queen or royalty, and she still kind of goes, oh wow, okay, you know, well, that's cool. No. Hello, put a little effort. A little effort would be nice. Sean Bean was okay. He was okay. Not enough in the movie, and when he was there, he was spouting dialogue that made no sense whatsoever. Things that we were supposed to be interested in, and he's just saying it with he's trying, but none of what he's saying is making any sense. And Eddie, Oscar-winning Redmayne, was I think maybe the best thing in this movie, but only because they had like snippets where he actually showed some freaking emotion. And but the rest, it sounded like he was doing this throughout the entire movie. I didn't understand much because he was just doing this, and then he belched, and all of a sudden it just did not feel good. I mean, whoa, holy crap, dude. Sucks. I'm sorry, but this movie was bad. I mean, the story. What the fuck happened in the where did this story made no fucking sense at all. This movie, the story is incomprehensible from beginning to end. Apart from them going after Jupiter, but they don't. I've never really truly understood why is it that they wanted to go after her. I know that this was some kind of sibling rivalry, but I was like, the snobbish, womanizer, pompous asshole wanted her because, oh, I'm gonna marry her, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, you know, like I'm gonna claim it, and then I'm gonna turn and profit, and then this other lady wanted her, and then Eddie Redmayne's character was like, you remind me of mommy, I'm gonna kill you. Such poor motivations for all three of them. And I mean, there were scenes in this movie that were just like, they didn't need it to be there. There was a ton of beautiful CG, but it felt like it was like CG, a ton of uninteresting setup to a story that you don't understand, action that was like, I think, intentionally prolonged so that it could wake you up from the incomprehension that you're currently experiencing with the story. And then there were scenes like, oh, you know, like, we gotta set up the scene where Jupiter is this housemaid, goes and cleans houses. But it's just like, it goes on. And then there's a scene where it seems like they're in this intergalactic DMV where they have to go get this scene. And then you gotta go get this permit and this tag and this and this and that and that. And it's like, it felt like it was taking off from another movie. The setup from the get-go is generic. Is so bad. How this boggles my mind. How did this happen? And on top of that, after the movie, I couldn't leave because it was raining. I caught traffic. I dropped my freaking tripod. It's broke. That's why I'm sitting down. I broke my tripod, and now I need a new tripod. And well, there you go. That's been my morning. I recover from the flu, and I choose to go see this movie. And it's funny because I should have seen the warning signs. I should have seen them. I should have seen the warning signs last summer when they moved it to February so that it had better chance to make money. It's not. I checked. It's a bomb. It bombed in the box. It was a bomb. It's bombed. I mean, Kingsman and Seventh Son probably annihilated it. But seriously, I was so looking forward to seeing this movie because I came to respect the Matrix trilogy. The trilogy, even the whole thing. Even when it got kind of ludicrous with the CG, even I started digging it because the story to me was very interesting. This was not a good story. And I should have seen it coming when I heard how bad Cloud Atlas was. And I didn't. And I was blind. And the irony, apart from the fact that I shouldn't have seen the signs, is that 50 Shades of Grey currently is one of the worst movies that are being reviewed right now. And Mila Kunis was even proposed that she was going to actually be in this movie. I think out of those two, this was the one that I think she was probably better in. Would have been better in. I think 50 Shades of Grey would have totally... but the irony is that Dakota Johnson is getting a lot of praise, Whereas I don't think Mila Kunis does any. I mean, she's supposed to be the main character, but she's constantly getting saved. Oh my gosh, it's like, off a building, Jonah saved. Channing saves you. Oh, you've been trapped by the sibling. Channing saves you. You're in the other sibling. Channing saves you. You're again with another sibling. Channing saves you. It is repetitive and mind-numbingly stupid. And what's worse is that when you leave, you don't remember anything. You don't remember because you're like, the plot makes no sense. It does not make any sense to me how it was written and delivered and explained. And I mean, it would have been great to have a backstory on everything. It would have made some sense, and instead they went and did a backstory on how Jupiter got born, and boom, she's an adult, and all of a sudden she's caught into this web of aliens and Jupiter and this and that. And I mean, you did not get any of this in the trailer. This is terrible. But the saving grace is that, you know, if you're, I mean, the action scenes are good. And even though they do sometimes linger a bit, but they're good. I mean, the people behind the CGI are pros. There's a lot of good practical effects. I could tell that it seemed like the actors were ones involved, not CG versions of the actors. But you cannot deny the fact that this whole show did not have a good story. And I'm very disappointed. I am so disappointed. The fact that the Wachowski brothers, I'm sorry, the Wachowskis siblings, I remember them as the brothers. I know one of them is transitioned, but let me rephrase. The Wachowskis can do good movies. It seemed as though they had a ton of good ideas and a ton of ideas that they should have left out. But they put the mayor in there anyway. It's like, what? Were you trying to make this a 2-hour-long movie? Did you need it? The extra unnecessary scenes in there? And on top of that, I got a poster out of it. And this goes to show you that you can delay the movie and film 2,000 extra special effects and put it in a month where it's weak and promote it to living hell to give it like massive promotion. Does not always guarantee a sale. I can't bear but get rid of this. Is a memento. This is the end of February, and this is the first movie that I see, and this is the movie that I went to see, and I was looking forward to give it like a 3 out of 5. I cannot give it a 1 out of 5, so I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5 because gotta give credit to where credit is due. This movie does have very great special effects and action, but it's connected with an incoherent, completely disjointed, incomprehensible plot. And of course they let me take one of these posters to remind me what a terrible movie this is. Don't go see it. No, don't go see this movie. And if you're wondering what I'm doing, I've got Mockingjay propped below the camera, and the Rode video mic is like right next to it. My longtime tripod is broken. Anything else? Well, maybe tonight I'll get my some people may convinced to go see Kingsman, because Kingsman looks good, and I'm hearing a ton of great things about Kingsman. So I'm gonna upload this, and I had notes this time, so I just had to relay. I couldn't just stand here and rant. I had to need a roadmap to let you guys know what I didn't like about this movie. So I'm gonna try to see if I could do this particular type of style again. And then maybe I could do like shorter videos, like, because I know I linger on these. So let me know what you guys thought of Jupiter Ascending. I hope that you guys didn't watch this movie, and if you did find something that you like, let me know down in the comments down below. But please do not watch this movie. Rent it. If you're a Channing Tatum fan, you might like it, but don't watch it. Do not go watch this movie in theaters. You will hate yourself. You're gonna find yourself sitting there wondering what the fuck is going on. I mean, I have a little bit of a bad ear at the moment, so I feel that maybe I didn't catch much of the plot, but I was hearing good in this one, and what was going in here was not going here. This is Wachoskis. Get your shit together. Come on, guys. That's it. I'm gonna go ahead and load this up now and get some sleep. Y'all have yourselves a great weekend. Bye.